All right, man. Get a little closer. Okay. Very good. So, hi everybody. We're at the Pantasia gathering we're going to be interviewing some of the performers. First person I was able to talk to was Kenny. And you know, I want to say, watching his performance, which you will see in the near future, blown away by the way he affiliated everything together. But I want to introduce everybody to Kenny.
Thank you. Yeah, stoked to be here. It was so fun.
Well, is this your first time in Joshua Tree?
No. I've been here. Yeah, I have a history with Joshua Tree.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
What was your favorite experience about, in general, Joshua Tree, however that was presented to you?
Absolutely, it's the sky. It's being in the desert and seeing the sky at night. It's kind of, I was blown away while I was here because I was walking and I saw it was like midnight or 1 a.m. and I had a shadow from how bright the stars and the moon are. And to me, it's just like, yeah, it's so beautiful.
Right, they do have ordinances. I'm a local, and they do have ordinances to keep the lights down so that the sky like really stays present. Because it's amazing. You can really see the milk in the Milky Way on a clear night. Lovely, man. Oh, okay. And is this your first Pantasia?
No, this is my third.
Your third.
Yeah.
You performed at all of them, or is this your first performance?
I performed at all of them. So I've done my loop set twice. Mm-hmm. So this is the 1 year anniversary of my loop set. I've only been doing that for a year. And then the first year, one of the artists got sick, and so Steven called me up maybe like 3 days before. So that one I just kind of like played pan and didgeridoo and had a little kick drum, like some acoustic psytrance type vibes.
Awesome. I play didge as well, loved it.
Okay.
And made them. That was just a big part of it, was I was making them. But that's a whole other topic. So yeah, after seeing your performance, man, I can tell you're well practiced as far as a musician. Where does your music take you? Like, do you do this often? Not often? Is this just a Pantasia thing, or are you all the time getting gigs and going?
Yeah. So this is so I've been doing the loop set for about a year. Mm-hmm. I've wanted to do live looping for like my whole life. As soon as I found out about it, like
right.
13, 14 years ago.
Who did you see first?
It was actually, his name's Trevor Green.
Oh, no. Yep.
You know Trevor?
I know him personally.
Okay, yeah.
The guys that invited me here recorded his album.
Okay.
Robbie Robbs and those people, they're who recorded his most recent album with him.
Okay, yeah, so I'm from Nebraska originally, and I moved to Huntington Beach, from Huntington Beach, or I live in Huntington Beach now. But they did the Tuesday street fair. When I first moved here, didn't have any friends, and I would just skate down there.
Of course.
And I saw Trevor doing his loop set, and I just was like blown away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'd
Next
go down,
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go down there every Tuesday and just kind of watch him, and that was what planted the seed.
I bet he'll be inspired to hear that. Have you met him?
Yeah. No. It's kind of went full circle, but I ended up getting to meet him and perform with him. I played here at Joshua Tree Music Fest with him a couple years back.
Oh, right, when he played. Okay, great. Yeah. I remember. That was great. Yeah. Yes, I remember all of those moments. Yep. Awesome. Yeah. He's a very talented musician, very good singer-songwriter, and I hope he gets back into it. I know he went into selling houses for a while, but that's really cool. It's a small world. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that's really cool. Okay. So musically, where do you see yourself going? Do you have anything online that you would like to share with people?
Yeah. So my artist name is Lunar Halo. Is what I produce as. So it's on Spotify, Apple Music, all the socials. Lunar Halo. Yeah. And where do I see myself going with music? Was that
in the near future? Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to bring this. I absolutely love just bringing music to sort of transformational spaces. Mm-hmm. Music for me has just been such a big tool because I just don't feel like I belong really anywhere in life except for in music. And when I'm playing music, I just get this feeling of connection, and I feel so fulfilled, and I feel like it's right where I'm meant to be, and I feel like I radiate that when I'm playing. And so I just want to bring that to people and use music as a vehicle for just kind of healing and at least for me, I'm such an emotional person, and being a man, it's really like a interesting thing, learning how to navigate feelings and also have a healthy masculine. And so I really want to bring this music and just kind of share with people who maybe are wanting something to help them process their feelings, or wanting a way to maybe my music's very happy and kind of uplifting. Mm-hmm. And so for people to also be able to feel that celebration and that bliss and the beauty that exists within life, even whenever it's difficult.
Really, that's amazing. That's a really good answer to the question, and it makes me ponder, because it seems like the next place you would be going would be some sort of agent or some sort of person to help you book the music, because I mean that's really what happens next, right? Once you put in the time and the effort, the best next step is to find like an agent or somebody to help you promote that music. I will say, as you're going to hear, that so the industry is interesting. Like so, where's the money going to be made? People play in bars, you're selling alcohol. Is that the thing you want to do? Yes or no? Cool. The people playing in festivals, you're selling. Really, it's really a great experience, but the money's usually less. There's a lot of people involved. Is that what you want to do? Can you afford it? Maybe, maybe not. Cool. Do you want to go on tour by yourself? A lot of risk, a lot of reward, and people like Mike Love are an example of like the loop station gone into like years and years of practice and being able to. Mike Love is amazing with a band, but he's also just amazing there by himself, someone that pops into mind. So have you ever spoken with anybody about management or about pursuing management?
Not in this current phase of music. Prior, I was a session and studio percussionist, and so I was kind of just like a drummer for hire.
I relate. I've been there, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
And so with this right now, I find my greatest joy just creating, and to try and, at least for me, it's not so much fun to try and do all the business side of things, and I feel like that will fall into place. So I guess how I perceive it is if I just keep taking the next step that I can do every day. So I just practice my music, just try to share it, say yes to the opportunities that show up, and I know that the people that are in those positions, it's going to fall into place how it should.
That's interesting, because from my observation, and I'm not a know-it-all, okay, but from my observation, the next step for you is to definitely pursue some sort of talent agent to get you out there, because that person's like, okay, because they make money off of you doing the show, right? And the reason I say this is because I think you're kind of ready. I've met you, you seem soberish, I don't think you've done a lot of drugs, it's like all of these sort of things. That actually matters, because, managers don't want to really invest their time, energy, and effort to people who aren't going to show up, and so that little bit, and the practice, you can tell when someone's practiced. And to be honest with you, and I can think of examples that if people don't get along with their managers, it's a horrible experience. Like the tours are horrible. But for you, I believe that's the next step is finding the right person to help you help yourself, and it might be in an odd way. So like these hand pans, I'm going to tell you, for me, it gave me this incredible opportunity to meet all these people, and it was way before probably maybe you were involved. I was involved like 12 years ago, and it was like a short run, but it was really interesting because someone gave me an instrument when they was not around, and then I helped making instruments with them. Their company was called Terratones, and long story short, like I got to meet Daniel Waples, I got to meet Ellie Manette, the man who basically created steel orchestra, steel drums. Some people might say yes, but I would say he's the father of steel drums. For that. Like my life went in this crazy route because of the hand pan that introduced me to a lot of people high up, including Daniel and including different people, that where they were at next was management. Daniel had, I don't want to talk specifically about people, but I was there with Daniel, Daniel's manager, and when that guy left, I was like, Mayday, Daniel! And he would sit there and tell you, in Capstone, I brought Capstone to America. Do you know Capstone?
No.
Portuguese, Carlos Rodriguez, very talented handpan player.
Okay.
He's been to, he's like one of the OGs, I guess you would say, that started putting like hip hop down on a pan, and I brought him to America a long time ago, because I really wanted him to come to here and play. A lot of people met him for the first time from that trip. Similarly, we had a conversation where he said he was about to be on Portugal's Got Talent, and I said, you want to get second. I'm like, you don't want to win because you get tied to like this weird cruise. I'm like, you want to get all the exposure but not have to be tied.
Yeah.
And I think if I never talked to him after that, but he would probably agree that was actually, and he got second, I think, and that's how it worked. He was on Portugal's Got Talent, but when he came on tour, he knew he was going to be attending, that show. I'm like, you want to get second. It might have just been coincidence. So anyway, but I'm saying that with you, it's the next step, and it could be in an intro, because handpan leads you to play weddings and different, and talent scouts know that too. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm calling into the university, to seek out that right person.
Yeah, I received that.
Is there anything else you want to say or tell the people, or that I could share for you, like through a video that you have right here, about your music, about a song you played, about something that inspired you in one of those songs?
Yeah, I guess, for me, I just share a little really quick about my stories. I used to be the opposite of who I am now. So I was also used to be strung out on drugs and struggled with depression and addiction and just didn't want to be here, and somehow I made it through. And so I just really, with my music, I just want to share a message of hope and just know that it gets better with time and that things are temporary. And I'm also sharing this to myself right now because life is
reminding yourself.
Yeah, it's always up and down. But it's the music that has let me like transmute that, because otherwise it just music I feel like gives purpose to my pain. And just allowing me to like share that is just it's just been such a gift, and so I just want to share that with people. If anyone is watching and wants to take the leap, just do it, because it's just it's so rewarding. After I played my set yesterday, I just couldn't, and I was completely sober, couldn't stop smiling. I was just like, it feels so good and so light to just transmute all of that and just to like, yeah.
Yes, it shows actually. To me, it shows. Being around a lot of different types of performers. I was sober last night. I mean, I do occasionally, smoke, marijuana, but on a side note. But I was basically sober last night, and but the one thing I was thinking too, as you were saying what you were saying without getting distracted in my brain, is that when you play, I can actually notice that you're enjoying yourself playing, which is a very rare thing, because a lot of times a lot of people's personalities can kind of get tied up in the process of preparing to play, you know what I mean? So you also have that, occupied. That's a very lovely story. I want to tell you, recovery stories have been the most successful musicians I know, and someone to tell you about that is a man named Bob. It cycles around to our video, but there's a guy, Mike Miswinski, plays guitar, best guitar player I ever heard. He's my favorite. I've told everybody that on the planet, including the guy who runs this music festival. I said, we need Mike Miswinski here. Bob is Mike Miswinski's drummer, and he will come here and tell you that he is the best guitar player that's on the planet, and he's played with like Victor Wooten and all the other best of the best of the best. Bob is a really cool person to talk about, inspiring musician to get from where you're at to where you want to be. Like, he's one of those dudes in Nashville that's has to be one of the best in the world, right? You wouldn't know it. He's not acting like it right here, but he's a really profound musician. And so that just makes me, Mike Miswinski's story is a recovery story. Best musician I've ever heard, and his music is all about his recovery, and he's a fast player, bro. 220 BPM bluegrass.
Yo.
But he does Grateful Dead, and he's playing with all the greats. He's met all the greats. He's a great, and his story is it's his recovery, So that honestly is inspiring to hear, because that's a good drive, because you've been through it already. It's not coming up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's weird to play music every night all the time if you're actually making money doing it, and it's a weird lifestyle. So
yeah,
my God. If you get jaded, you know what I mean, it's really easy to fall to a vice, I'm lucky when I was transient and traveled and lived on rooftops, I only just smoked marijuana. I never even really drank. I couldn't afford it. So it was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's chilling.
Pretty easy lifestyle in my brain, I guess, All right, it was really good talking with you, Kenny. I look forward to sharing your music, and thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, take care.